Hi guys, so this is my quick analysis recap on the XY guys. I'm just gonna do a quick recap on the XY on my analysis. So I think the XY was around this area when I did my analysis, and I said there was a possibility for the XY to hit my 50% fib level, and my reason was because there was this break of structure right here that aligns with my 50% fib level. If I draw a box right here, we can see that aligns with my 50% level. So I said there's a possibility for us to actually come down there to retest. We can see that we broke that zone with this engulfing candle, some sort of like a retest around the zone, then to continue. So that was why I said there's a possibility for us to reject around that area right there, and for us to continue to tank to the upside. And my first TP was my negative 27% fib level, which is 103.511. And I said that if you see more momentum of buy on this around this area right here, then we might actually take it to my negative 61.8% fib level, which is 103.621. So as you can see that we actually got to my first target, right? Then we tank to the downside and we push up to it, my second target. So now what are we expecting on the XY based on the current price action, guys? So I'm just going to delete my previous analysis and analyze the XY. So I'm going to go to a bigger time frame. If you've been watching my analysis, you know that I like to do top-down analysis. I like to go to a bigger time frame just to look at the overall picture of the XY before we now go to much smaller time frame, which will make it more easier for us to know the overall direction. So this is my weekly time frame, guys. We can see that on the weekly time frame we are currently above this trend line, right? We broke the trend line with this candle right here that is still current, right? So we don't know how this candle will close yet, but if you see more momentum of buy continuously depending on how this candle close, we can see that we still have like 2 days left for the candle to close. And if you see that the candle closes, then we see if there's still momentum of a buy, then there's a possibility for us to actually push to maybe around 105.387, right, which is the touch of the trend line before we now determine if we're going to go to the upside or push to the downside based on how it reacts around that trend line, guys. So now I'm going to go to my daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, guys, I'm still predicting GU to get to my negative 27% fib level, which is 103.774. So I'm still predicting it to at least get to my negative 27% fib level on a bigger time frame. So that is like my overall target on DXY. But we can see how this candlestick is currently reacting. We have this doji candle, so there's a possibility we might still drop maybe to around this area before we continue to push the upside, or we might just, the next candle might just take us to our negative 27% fib level, but I'm still saying it to at least hit that target. So now I'm going to go to much smaller time frame, my 4-hour time frame, and let's see how we are doing here. We can see that the way it's currently giving us this right now, it's not really setting. We can see that the bull are still in the market, so I still see a possibility of it pushing to the upside. So nothing to do in my let's go to my 2-hour. If I can't do anything, I want to draw a trend line just to see. You can see just this trend line just for us to see, to make it a little bit easier for us to see. But we can see that so let's see how the market reacts right around here. I'm gonna draw a zone here. A zone can be drawn here because we know that the zone is kind of like a significant area right here, because we have seen multiple rejections around that area. So there's a possibility for it to actually start retracing around that area. So we might just come down here a little bit to retest the zone, then continue to push to the upside. That's a possibility, right? Let me go to my smaller time frame to see if I'm going to see any momentum. We can see that we have this counter trend line, and we close this counter trend line with this engulfing candle right here. So there's a possibility for us to actually get to the zone. So my thoughts right now is like us pushing to the zone, that we might continue from that zone to push to the upside, right? But if we see more momentum of sell, we might just come here, retest, then continue to turn to the downside. And this would be my next target if we push to the downside. That is if we break the zone, breakup zone, right? If we break this zone and if you see more momentum of a sell, then this will be my next target on the XY. But we have to take it one step at a time. Let it get to this level, and that will determine if you're pushing up or pushing down. So let's see my 30-minute time frame right here. So I want to draw my short I'm going to draw my short fib from point A here to point B right here, point A to point B. So just like I mentioned before, right, I think we might come down here, right? There's a possibility for us to come to around this area. So it's either we get to my 88.6% fib level, which is 103.331 before we retest, or we might get to my 100% fib level, which is 103.285, to give us some sort of like a W pattern. We can see rejection, a rejection for like a W pattern, which you know is a reversal pattern. So but we have to see weak rejections around this area for us to determine that we are not going to break the zone, because anything can happen, just like we know how the market does. So we can see, just for the fact that we broke this trend line, like I said, with this candle, right, shows me momentum of sell. So we might actually just drop a little bit to push to the upside before pushing to the upside. So my thoughts will be something like this. Maybe my 80% level, the rank to my TP, which is here, right? You know my TP is right around here, so that will be my TP that I'm predicting right now. Okay, so but like I said, if we see momentum of a sell, right, if we see some sort of like a breakout zone, I want a breakout zone, I want some sort of like a retest, then this would be my next target right here, right? But we have to see momentum before we actually sell around that area right there. And this is my my TP area, 1.20996, and my reason is because we can see that is the last we have like the break of structure, and it hasn't retested that yet. So there's a possibility for us to, that will be like my initial thought on where the direction will be if you are going to sell on the XY. And don't forget guys, we have this gap. There is a gap around this area right here that hasn't been filled, but we have to take it one step at a time, right? If we still see more momentum of sell after this is broken, right, if we see more break, more retest, more lower high for us to confirm that it's going to continue to push to the downside, then definitely 102.670 would be our next target. But like I said, let's take it one step at a time, because we don't know if you're going to sell it now or still buy. So let's just take it one step. So if we break this zone, just a quick recap, if we break that zone, this will be our TP1. And if we still have more momentum for sell, then definitely this will be our TP2 to actually fill in the gap, like I said. And it might just come down a little bit. If I zoom out a little bit, you can see that there is a trend line touch right here. We might just still come down here to actually test that the trend line touch, which is closer to our gap TP right here, before either we push to the upside or break it trend line, then continue to push to the downside based on how it reacts. But I don't want to predict too much to the future because no one knows the future, right? I just want to take it one step at a time for us to have more clarity based on the current price action, guys. So this is my thought on the XY, guys. Hope you find it helpful. If you do, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. And I'll see you in my next analysis, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.